Hello everybody, I'm out with Chutney and wow, her walk has improved so much over the past couple weeks. This is a dog who her owners would say she was so terrible on the leash, could not be walked, lunging, barking, whining, zigzagging, refusing to move, slipping out of her harness, to now just completely walking off leash, following me in a straight line, following my leg. That was a tap of the tone right there. So we're going to discuss what I'm doing here. So when you're walking your dog using e-collar heel, you don't need the leash. You can hold the leash, and her owners will be holding the leash because they're walking in the city, and we'll get to practice that with her too. But you don't need it. You're not relying on it for restraint. Okay, we're training, we're not restraining. So what we've taught her is this sweet spot next to my left leg is where her head should be. To the left and slightly behind, following my every move, my pace, my speed, and my direction. So it doesn't matter where I go, she follows me, and it doesn't matter what pace I go. She's just turning with me and it's all effortless. Now the reason this works is because she's been trained that if she moves out of this position, the e-collar turns on. So in order for her to avoid the e-collar turning on, she just stays in that position. If she goes too far forward, we tap the black S, which is stim. If she lags too far behind, too far to the left, or goes behind my leg, it's the T button, it's the tone. But if she's doing perfect in that perfect spot, you don't even touch the e-collar. Pretty cool. And I could walk her all day like this. Now this is our first one with me. We're going to up the distractions in the coming days and weeks. We've got 2 more weeks with her. We're going to take it to town. We're going to go to downtown Frederick. Make sure she can do it with a bunch of distractions, but this is a good starting point. If I stop, she stops. Good. Stay. Good girl. I love how she lays down. That's a product of the past few days, teaching her the down command. She's starting to offer it as a default, which I'm perfectly fine with. We've gotten out of the habit of telling dogs sit or down, but rather just telling them stay. And then if they make a mistake, we say no and correct. And then they usually end up in a sit or down as a coping skill. I just love that. Now, her stay is also very important. Her stay is half of our entire program, and it's something that you're going to want to keep up with at home. The other half being the recall, the movement. The way that you keep stay so rock solid is you're going to put her in a stay and then correct her if she doesn't stay. It's literally that simple. And you would say NO and press the black S. The number just depends on how excited she is, where you are. You can go up if she's not feeling a low number, and you can go down if it's too high. Okay, good girl. Okay, the last thing we have is our recall, which is getting her to us. She was not reliable off leash at all before. They definitely weren't sure if she was going to come back if she was left off leash. So what we're going to do now is use the verbal COME paired with the tone, which beeps by her ear. We're going to say that, then we're going to praise her as she's on her way, and she should come stop right here. So it's a really good way to get your dog to you. Chutney. Good. That's also something we worked on. Notice I said her name and she stopped what she was doing and looked at me. She didn't start running towards me, right? Good girl. If she's already looking at me, I don't need to say her name. Chutney. Good. Come. Good girl. Right to that perfect spot, and then I praise her. And then from here, I can either release her, I can put her in another heel and start walking, or I can tell her to down and stay again. All right, but the important thing is that she comes and she stays and waits for further instruction. Okay? Break. Good girl.